Dios mío, I'm being indicted by the Latinidad Certification Review Board. Is this because of the Latino Student Union thing last week? Like, where we all went around in a circle to say everyone's favorite band, and everyone was like, Selena, Chicano Batman, Pedro Infante, Bad Bunny. And I said Harry Styles. Because if it's about that, I swear the only reason I listen to white people's music is because I went to a white high school. And, o sea, isn't the look that everyone gave me like enough of a punishment? I have never felt less Latina in my life. Or did I not pass my last Latinidad certification test? I mean, I studied my whole life for my Latinidad certification license, countless telenovelas, newscasts with Jorge Ramos. Oh my god, I answered the last essay question wrong, didn't I? In the event of an apocalypse, bolillo is more essential than una conchita, isn't it? Pero conchitas taste so good. Señorita lawyer, is there any way to appeal this decision? Because honestamente, if naca tamales, tamales dulces, humitas, and tamales rojos all still get called tamales, then why can't I also be 100% certified Latina? O sea, not all tamales are the same, so should all Latinos be the same? My mom's Mexican and lightly tan. My dad's Salvadorian and kinda white. My great-great-grandmother is Indigena. I'm from the United States and brown. There are Afro-Latinos and Asian Latinos, and let's not get into religion and all the different languages. Just because you're a tamal dulce and I'm a tamal de rajas does not mean I'm not a tamal.
Alice, I wanted to say um, that you've been a really important part of my life. You know? I don't know if you know that or believe it, but it's true. I mean, I've lived in Modesto all my life, and I'm pretty much gonna die here. And everything here is so the same. You know what I'm saying? I always know what's gonna happen every day, and it can get pretty boring. But out of all of those predictable things that I can expect to see every day, I always look forward to seeing you. I really do. And I understand what we talked about, and I understand how you feel and everything, and I just want you to know that I don't hold it against you or anything, and I don't know, I'm rambling. And I guess this is just my way of saying that I'm really gonna miss you. Alice, I'm gonna miss you a lot.
Fairy godmother, listen to me. For just a moment. Really listen. Do you know what last night was like? It was everything you said it was. It was beautiful and perfect, and the music played, and the chandelier shone, and Prince Charming whirled me in his arms, and I felt light as a feather. And his kiss? Well, that was kind of wet and swamp-like, but still, it was a real kiss from a real prince, and it was kind of wonderful. And he told me how beautiful I was as I stood there in the moonlight. I thought I would die of happiness. But I didn't die of happiness. Because it suddenly occurred to me that I wasn't happy. Oh, he was everything I've ever hoped for. Handsome and debonair, but that's all he was. Just handsome and charming. And that's all I would ever be to him. Just beautiful with moonlight in my hair. But what would happen when the spell faded? When the midnight struck? So, I tried to tell him what I was thinking, and he told me not to speak. I tried to tell him that he was under a spell and everything was just fairy dust, moonlight, and champagne. And then if he really saw me as I am here in the ashes in my daily life, that he wouldn't love me at all. That I'd be no more desirable to him than a frog. But he just kissed me a second time and told me not to speak. So I threw my shoe at his head and I ran away.
Okay, May, look, listen, please, just listen. I didn't mean it when I said I'd rather go out with a pig than her. I didn't. And it sounds so stupid. It's like what a 5-year-old says when he does something wrong. I didn't mean to. And it's not like I spilled a bowl of oatmeal or anything. When I was telling her this, I was hating myself, even right while I said it. Because I knew it was a complete lie. I just wanted to say, I wanted to tell her, Holly, I can't be without you. I loved you more than I ever loved anyone or anything. I just wanted to say, please, please, just take me back. But I couldn't. I couldn't because she ended it right then and there in front of everyone. Everyone. She said no matter what I did, I wasn't going to get her back. It was as if she stabbed me right in the gut. I didn't know what to do. I didn't even know what to say. And it hurt so bad. So I did what I always do. I got angry. And I said things I didn't want to believe. And next thing you know, that kid Nate, he's on top of me while I'm trying to punch his face in. But I didn't want that either. It was just something to do. Something to do when you can't possibly get what you want. You just start to punch things. And all the while you're doing it, it doesn't even help. Because the one thing that can help you, that can save you, gets farther and farther away. You feel like you're screaming, drowning, just wanting to cry for help. But that bow, it's gone. She's gone.
Paul, I know you're in there. Open the door. Do you realize what you've done? In one day, you've destroyed me. I'm a laughing stock because of you. You're sorry? Great. Great. Well, you're really going to be sorry. I won't be responsible for what Phil does to you. You know, I used to have the luxury of being a nobody. Do you realize that? When I first came to this school, I didn't have the distinction of being a geek or a punker or a jock. No friends. I was a ghost. I used to sit around and wonder what was wrong with me. Used to see all the popular kids, wondered what they had and how they did it. I didn't have a clue. And then, my body changed. And just like that, I was suddenly like, visible. I could feel the weight of people staring at me. I started getting phone calls, boys. I got asked to try out for cheerleading. My tryout stunk. They still let me in. All those people I secretly hated for so long were now my friends. And not because my personality was especially great, or I was smarter, funnier, talented. For no other reason that I had this body. There's no way, Paul. I can't see past the outside of you. And maybe that makes me a bad person. It probably does. But there's no way in hell I'm going back to being invisible. And don't fool yourself, Paul. I'm not who you think I am, all right? No one knows me. Not Phil, not my friends, not even me.
Now look, you. All of you. We danced. And Tituba conjured Ruth Putman's dead sisters. And that is all. And mark this. Let either of you breathe a word or the edge of a word about the other things, and I will come for you in the black of some terrible night, and I will bring a pointy reckoning that will shatter you. And you know I can do it. I saw Indians smash my dear parents' heads on the pillow next to mine, and I have seen some reddish work done at night. And I could make you wish you had never seen the sun go down. Now you, Betty, sit up and stop this.
Ma, I'm going to court. Ma, I want them to look at me. I want them to look at me and tell me how it's my fault I got sick working in their factory. Ma, all my life, I've done what other people told me to do. I quit school because you said I should. I put that brush in my mouth because Mrs. McNeil told me to. I never said, please can't I go back to school? I never said, I don't like the taste of this paint. Even though I knew, Ma, I knew something wasn't right. At night, I'd lie in my bed, and I'd see my dress on the back of the closet door, all aglow. My hairbrush, my comb, on the dresser, my shoes. So much light, Ma, so much light. And I never once questioned, I never once asked. Don't you see? They knew I wouldn't.
My father? You're the last person in the world who's my father. My grandma's my father. Boy, oh boy, 16 years of dreams down the drain. I should have listened to my grandma. She always said once a piece of crap, always a piece of crap. I must be nuts. 3,000 miles and all I get is a glass of mud? Listen here, Mr. Herbert Tucker. The one who failed at show business is you, not me. I'm on the way up on the local and you're on the way down express. One day, just one day, I'll be standing up there accepting my Emmy or my Grammy or Oscar or whatever the hell they get out here. And I will smile and say to the entire world, I would like to thank my grandma, my mother, my brother Robbie, my family, my friends, everyone except for my piece of crap father.
I can help. I just think, look, God gave me everything a girl could ever hope for. A loving family, a beautiful house, a new car. I do well in school, and I don't mean to sound conceited or anything, but gosh, just about everyone likes me. And sometimes I look at other people at our school, like that one girl in our math class with that terrible rash all over her face, or those girls who stand by the corner store smoking and looking mean, and just know they're gonna end up pregnant on a welfare. Sometimes I just want to, I don't know, pick them up and hold them to me. Or, I don't know, swallow up some of their pain. Because that's the one thing I just don't have. That kind of pain. Waking up every morning knowing someone is going to look and turn away. Or someone's going to call you stupid. Or you have to be lifted into your own wheelchair. The other night I was dreamt that I was paralyzed from the waist down. And my arms didn't work. Because there were these little flippers. Not really arms at all. And half of my face was hung down and I was drooling. And there was a room full of people laughing and turning away in disgust. And then I woke up, peaceful almost, happy.
You know what, Peter? Every day I wake up and I see all these girls. You know, pretty girls, smart girls. All these girls surrounded by stupid, selfish guys. I just see all these girls get treated like complete garbage every day and just take it. And I'm like, not me, no way. But you come along and you don't push. You're funny, you're smart, you're sweet. You can hold a conversation that isn't about video games or sports. You notice that I'm wearing something different when I cut my hair, when I wear it in a different way. You respect me and treat me nice, and God, this sounds so stupid, but it's so different than anything I've ever seen. I've never seen anyone get treated the way you've treated me. And so I let you in. And now I randomly catch you kissing Tommy Miller in the chem lab. Tommy Miller. So you're gay, whatever, that's fine. I feel stupid that I was too naive to catch on before. And proms are supposed to be momentous occasions. This has certainly been a momentous occasion. But I have to suspect that you knew about this long before I did. I don't believe that this was some random freak occurrence. So what was I to you, huh? Some barometer for heterosexuality? A human litmus test? And don't try to hide behind some stupid excuse, because if you do, I'll take that stupid flower off your label and stab you in the ear with it. Because if you knew, and I have to suspect that you did, because you can't even seem to come up with some semblance of an excuse, if you used me at some test, that makes you slime. Because you knew, and you used me. And that makes you worse than any dumb guy that I've ever met. So look at me. Look at me and tell me that you weren't using me like that.
I'm sick. I'm sick of the way you people view me. Your point of view is repulsive. Just look. No, look how you worry. Oh no, where were you? Where were you outside for so long? One day you will cause a heart attack inside yourself. What will you do dead? What will all that constant ignorant worrying have done for you? You're one of those people that think if they don't worry, something bad will happen. So you constantly worry and worry and worry like a neurotic. Is that normal? Meanwhile, you all look at me like I'm the lunatic. I'm the only sane one in this crazy family. You're all the lunatics. Did you see the way my idiot brother was eating those buffalo wings? Disgusting. Who does that? Who walks through life like that at his age? Completely unaware, completely oblivious to the entire world around him because he thinks he has the right to call me stupid when I'm not. I'm intelligent. I've been intelligent this entire time. You're all the ignorant ones, ignorant fools.
What is the big deal? I have laughed with you people. I have partied with you people. I have lived in this stupid building for the past 12 years with you people. I need somebody to help me. I'd be there if I saw any of you. Don't you know that? So why won't anybody help me? People cheat every day. People cheat to get money, to get ahead. I'm asking you to help me. That means you, Mr. Captain of the soccer team. You, Mr. Class President. You, Mr. A student. Mr. Son of the richest guy in town. Mr. Mercedes. You can afford all the honor you want. It's no skin off your back. You try being me. Honor is easy when you got everything going for you, man. People setting up the right code for you. But what if you don't have the brains? What if you don't have the athletics, the looks, or the money? All the advantages. What if your father, your old man, is a drunk and your mom has to work 3 jobs and she still ain't got enough? Huh, rich boy? It's not a pity party, it's the truth. How many of you have gone home to find every piece of your furniture smashed into pieces, smashed into bits because your father owed some crook some money and the crook broke into your house and broke every piece of your furniture?
Mom, listen. I know that you've been really disappointed with my behavior in the past. I haven't always made wise choices. When I had Bill Raymond drive his motorcycle into our living room, that was a bad choice. When I shoplifted those times, those were really bad choices. Especially when I set up my online clothing business with the stolen goods and made over $16,000 selling brand names for a significant discount. I shouldn't have done that. The thing with the explosives and the police breaking through our windows at 2 in the morning, that was wrong. I can see that now. But, Mom, I need you to know that I have changed. I truly have. I'm not the same girl I was last week when I tried to market my unique brand of cigarettes. I'm a changed person. You can believe me now. You can trust me. I'm back to being that innocent, trustworthy little girl you sent off to kindergarten so many years ago.
Is that all you have to say? Because that doesn't mean anything. In 1971, I wasn't even around yet, and that's when she was most alive. I think she had this gray streak in front of her hair, premature gray. She had it for years until she got sick of all the stares and giggles and decided to dye them like the rest of them. I could barely even remember. I was so little. She used to tell us things, and I could barely remember it. I can't even ask her again. I can't say, hey, Mom, tell me things I never listened to. Tell me how to do things. Tell me how to bake sugar cookies so they're soft in the middle. Tell me how to sweep up my hair so it holds with just a pin. Tell me what it feels like when your water breaks and a baby comes out. I don't have anybody to tell me that. I hate my dad. I'm sorry. I hate him. How can he keep going? Is that what happens? You're young. You believe in things and what? You get married. You have kids. You move into a Spanish Ocean stucco unit and what? Forget? One day you're wearing your white streak like a peacock's tail, and the next you're letting them paint it with bleach and toner and wrap it in tinfoil while you sit under a hairdryer to cook for an hour while you learn lip planning beauty tips from a magazine like everybody else. When you sit under those dryers, you can't see or hear a thing. You just have to sit there while you let that stuff soak into you. I don't want to be a dead person. I want to be a person who's alive.
Listen, fellas, I know somebody put you up to this. Probably paid you a little extra money too, right? Yeah? Well, it ain't right. Pulitzer thinks that we are gutter rats with respect for nothing. Nothing. Not even including ourselves. Is that who we are? We stab each other in the back, and yeah, that's who we are, but if we stand together, we change the whole game. And it ain't just about us. All across this city, there are boys and girls who ought to be playing or going to school. Instead, they're slaving to support themselves and their folks. Ain't no crime to being poor. Not a one of us complains if the work we do is hard. All we ask is a square deal. Fellas, for the sake of all the kids in every workshop, factory, slaughterhouse, I beg you, throw down your papers and join the strike.
What? Are you kidding? I thought I was going to die. Why are you laughing? You think that's amusing? I'm serious, Peter. I almost stopped breathing and dropped dead on the spot. But then I was like, ew. Who's going to try to give me mouth to mouth when I pass out? So I started breathing again. And then I looked over at Jen, sitting there sideways on her desk, listening to every word I was saying, and totally thinking, since when do I do my English homework? But then I looked over at the other Jen, who was looking up at me, not listening to a word I was saying about the Catcher in the Rye. Instead, she was memorizing every inch of my outfit so that she could pick it apart tonight on the phone. And that made me want to be sick. But then I thought, I really don't care what they think. Or at least for that one English class period, I care more about Holden Caulfield. You know Holden was a very messed up kid, or maybe just a little lonely. I don't know. That's what Max thinks. He let me practice my oral report with him, and I wanted to make it really awesome. Not just to show the Jens or to impress Miss Sinner so she won't fail me in English, but like awesome for me, because that's who I want to be now, or that's who I am.
Uncle Bill hardly remembers you, you know that? I asked him what you were like as a little girl, and he couldn't even say. He remembers Grandma even less. He doesn't have one interesting story about her. About Grandma. They don't have a single picture of her either, not even in their minds. To them, she's just a woman who lived a big, embarrassing life. They all think they saved me just in time, not just from Grandma, but from you, too. So I started wondering, maybe they weren't right. Maybe the best thing to do would be to forget you completely. And Grandma. After all, what did I ever get from the two of you except a good education? You especially. What were you ever to me except a voice on the phone now and then? But I kept hearing that voice on the phone. That voice hiding behind spelling words, making excuses, or so energetic sometimes, so wishing. I don't even remember what you said to me on the phone, just the sound of it, just the sound that said, I love you, and I failed you. And I will never settle for it, because no one failed me. No one ever failed me. Not Grandma and not you. I am a prize among women. I'm your daughter. That's who I choose to be. Someone who loves you. Someone who can make you love me nearly all the time. I'm going to stay with you.
Glunch. 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 I know it's right. Glunch is such an easy word. Well, it's spelled like it sounds. But you always have that one little moment of doubt that maybe you thought you said the right letter, but said the... What's he getting? What's his word? Donzo? I should have had Donzo. It's not fair. He guessed. He guessed and got it. He didn't know it and he guessed. I could get him. Yes, ma'am, I'm ready. Palinode? Palinode, great. I love that word. That's the easiest word there is. Thank God. Thank God. I deserve it. I've had too many hard words, and he's guessed on too many. Palinode, a poem in which a poem takes back something he said in another poem. Palnode. P-A-L-I-N-O-D. Palnode? This can't go on forever, buddy. I'm going to crack you like an egg. What's his word? Ovoviviparousness? I know that. I know it. It's the quality of being ovoviviparous. Why'd he get it? He's guessing. I know he's guessing. Dear God, please let me win. Please. I want 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes when all the lights are on me, all the pictures are being taken of me, and for 5 minutes I'm the most famous child in America, and Mama Dorothea see it. And after that, you can wash me back in the ocean with everybody else. I don't care. I'll just be one of the rabble, the hoi polloi, the clam jam free, the... What? Excuse me? Could you repeat that word? Clam jam free? I don't believe it. She asked for the exact word I was thinking of. Clam jam free. C-L-A-M-J-A-M-F-R-Y. Clam jam free? I know everything in the world.